Hello everybody, my name is Martin, this is Millionaire Autobahn. So on Friday, last Friday on October the 10th, something kind of unexpected happened. And I'm sure every day trader has been in that situation in the past where some news comes out and the news is just kind of, let's say, too late, or you actually don't see it at the moment. And that is actually really annoying. And not only is it annoying for your day trading part, but it's actually mainly annoying for your regular investment. And I think that's mainly because we are day traders, and as a day trader you kind of think, damn, I could have changed stuff. So just to be sure, this is no financial advice, I'm just a YouTuber telling my story about day trading. And so what happened on last Friday? So I was doing my, starting the morning office, one or two trades. They were going okay, nothing too serious. And then all of a sudden they kind of turned around. I think it was around between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern time, right? And for some reason it just kind of, there was no news at that moment. I looked in all the news channels I usually have, like on TradingView and Interactive Brokers, on Finviz, and there was nothing there really at that moment. So I'm like, what the hell? And I saw that the overall stock markets were kind of going down too. The Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, everything kind of was, turning down, but still I didn't see any news. So I was like, well, okay, let's just leave it alone for now, and went out, went for a walk, and always looked on my phone and looked at my Apple stock app, right, that we all have. So I looked there, and the first news on there, even though you clearly saw that the markets went down 1 to 2% already, the first news entry there was, oh, the S&P 500 is trending upwards. And I'm like, this cannot be right. There's something just not right about this. This cannot be right. And and it didn't update during the time I was out there for like 20 minutes or so. So went back home, started again my trading setup and everything, and looked into it, and everything went down. So I still didn't actually really look at the news at that moment then, because I was then just going short on a couple of stocks, and which was positive in my day trading experience. Till I actually then finally found the news what happened. So China was changing how they export and manufacture rare earth, right? And they also implemented some port fees for ships from the United States. So the American president, Donald Trump, he then changed also some stuff around by adding port fees to ships from China, which could easily be $1 million plus for one of those big container ships, adding to the already high cost we incur. So that was kind of the catalyst why everything kind of went downhill. And then later on, more news came out that the American president might cancel a meeting by the end of this month with the Chinese President Xi Jinping, right? So that then again put some extra fuel in the fire. And then to some more additions then were like, oh, the US is adding another 100% of tariffs on all Chinese goods. So all that, of course, was, not good for the stock market. And as a day trader, it actually can help you. You have a lot of options. You can go short on some stocks. You can actually say there are some leveraged ETFs that are short ETFs, so they go up when things go down. So as a day trader, it's actually not that bad. But here's the kicker, and I'm sure you all are in the same situation as I am. We also, and I'm sure you do too, have portfolios for the long run. Like what you usually do to invest in stocks, like every month put $1,000 into it or something like that, and just let it slowly grow. And so I looked into, I have like 3 of those, so I looked into those, and obviously I got like, kind of, let's say, pissed off, right? Because yeah, I lost quite a bit of money there. But what actually shocked me even more, if I would have sold, let's say $100,000 worth of stock and would have gone into the SQQQ, which went up by 8% during that day, you know, I could have made like $8,000 easily just with that alone, right? But no, actually I lost a couple of thousand because, yeah, that's just what happens. And as a day trader, that really kind of, you know, irks you, doesn't it? At least it does for me. I'm like, damn, man, I should have looked into that and maybe changed it around and actually made some good amount of money on this news that kind of was, you know, lingering around but not really coming out as I was hoping. So what I'm actually getting at with this video is that we have to look at many more different sources of news, it looks like. We cannot just rely on the standard, let's say, Bloomberg or Yahoo Finance or TradingView and so on. We actually these days really have to look into, let's say, the United States President through social account, what's happening there, or, you know, what's happening on Twitter/X, what's happening there. And I must admit I have not done that yet. So I'm kind of looking into different options on how can I do this, because I don't want to have like 5 screens just with news, but it kind of looks like you need to look in so many different areas these days to get the news we actually need as day traders and traders in general. And that's why I said in my thumbnail, because it was actually too late. And it didn't come out in the channels I was hoping they would come out. And so it kind of is, you know, we're kind of stuck in the same situation as the general public when it comes to getting the correct information, the correct news. And so we kind of have to think about, okay, we gotta go a little bit broader when it comes to news outlets. And so I actually will have some links in the description below, because after this incident I kind of was searching for other news outlets, and there are some actually out there that scrap through some more websites, more news sites that might help to actually get you a better, broader information. So yeah, that's it for this video. Please let me know what you think about this, maybe what type of news you're looking at. Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong news in general, that could be true. So, but yeah, in general I think it is actually still very, very important to have a broad view of what's going on out there that is actually not at this moment really stock market related, but it will have a huge impact on the stock market nonetheless. And then, of course, what's your take on, should you change your long-term investments on days like this? I kind of was thinking yes, but then again, you know, usually in most cases it'll go up again over the next 2-3 weeks, so it might be okay. But still, you know, it kind of irks me as a day trader, and I would assume that it irks you in the same way as it did me. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. I will have regular videos coming up next week again about what's happening when you're losing, how you should cope with that, how to actually fix it or make it better. And yeah, so I wish you a great week, and I see you in the next video. Bye.